Alright guys, this is Coach Burgs. I'm going to walk you through how to use your Just Play app. You guys have been doing a pretty good job getting the quizzes done, but there's a lot more to this. We're going to be using it. I'd like for you to use it in your spare time this summer, and then when we start in July, start installing plays and offense, defense, special teams, but especially offense and special teams. You're going to be using this app. So when it opens up, logs you in, takes you to your dashboard. Don't worry about scouts and game plans yet. But as you can see, anything that's assigned to you, and everybody's dashboard is going to be a little bit different. Maybe assigned to you as a position group, usually a position group, maybe as offense, defense, or special teams, or maybe even something specific to you if a coach has something for you. So if it shows up on here on your dashboard, you got to pay attention to it. All the quizzes that have been assigned to you will show up. Anything that's showing up, you need to do. Now let's look at quizzes first. If you click the check mark down in the bottom right corner, that's the icon for quizzes only page. So you can, these are all the quizzes that would be assigned to you. They're numbered, but they're not in any particular order. So as you scroll down here, you can see the second one from the bottom says you've already taken this quiz. Turn it sideways, you can see it a little easier there. So that tells me I've already taken that quiz and completed it. So these other ones I have not. So I've got some work to do. But this way you can tell which ones you've done, which ones you're not repeating them, but you're not missing out. And if they're showing up, you need to do them. Because this is not every single quiz out there. We will add quizzes, and that helps you figure out which ones you've done, which ones you haven't. Now you navigate with the icons at the bottom. You can see this one next to the check mark is a YouTube looking icon. That's for the film room. We will assign videos or may assign videos directly to you or your position group to watch. We've got nothing assigned right now. So if we look up top, the block P up top, if you hit that, that takes you to your dashboard, your home screen. So now let's look at the icons at the bottom. And these are our playbooks. So the first one is quarterback throwing. That one is offensive playbook. The second one's a guy in a defensive stance, so that's going to be your defensive playbook. And then the third one is a guy kicking, and so that's going to be, you guessed it, your special teams playbook. So let's look at the offense playbook just a little bit. Remember, guys, I'm just teaching you how to use the app. Don't look at the plays and try to figure out the plays right now. Okay, just look at how to navigate this app or this system. So there's 5 icons show. They all get to the same thing, just in different ways. Let's look at the fourth one, play type. So I'm going to hit it, and that sorts our offensive playbook by the base run, or that's our non-option plays, and then option plays, pass plays, screen plays, and specials. And I know you all want to dig into specials, but we're not going to. We're going to look at the option plays, which is our favorite thing to do. So I'm going to hit the plus sign over there. It lists all the plays with the formation, motion. So Army is the formation, rip is the motion on our first one, and then 10 midline is the play. So I'm going to tap Army rip 10 midline. Been having some trouble with this one opening up. Alright, so I'm hanging up, so I'm going to hit the offensive playbook icon in the bottom left again. I'm going to go to play type. Now let's look at Army rip 12 veer. I'm going to click it, and there's a diagram. So this is just like what would be in your normal playbook. Now there's a couple things to note. You can see on the top right here of the diagram there's a gray hand with arrows and 1/4. That means this is the first of 4 diagrams for this play. So if I swipe to the left, I can see there's another diagram, 2 of 4. This is 3 of 4 and 4 of 4. So this one is for drawn up against the 4-2-5 defense. This one's drawn up against the 3-5-3, drawn up against the 5-2, and then the first one we looked at is against the 4-3. So you can see your assignments. We'll talk more about that. Coach is going to have some videos which will show up on this screen, and I'll show you that in special teams, that walks you through the play. This rectangular icon with some bullet items and some lines, that's your play details. When you hit that and scroll down, has some general information for you. This one down at the bottom just says veer to the right. Now a cool feature on here on every play, guys, is that question mark. So if I hit the question mark, it says ask coach something. So you want to be detailed. Who does the play side A back block? Because I didn't quite understand by the drawing. Now, who am I going to send this to? This would go to Coach Kyle, because he's the offensive coordinator, but I'm going to send it to me. So I select me, hit done, and hit send. And now I've got my question has gone to Coach Burgs. So I can log in, see the question, and give you an answer, guys. So you don't have to wait till practice to ask the question. You can ask it while it's fresh in your mind, while you're studying your playbook. Now, make sure you ask a question, if you do, about this play. And here you can see I just got a message on my phone that says I have a new message at Just Play. So would log in there and see who needs something. What I do ask is make sure it's a good question, it's a specific question, and it's specific to what you're looking at. Don't get on here and then all of a sudden a thought pops in your mind and say, Coach, can I wear purple shorts tomorrow? That's a waste of my time and yours. And you guys may be laughing, but it happens. Don't get on here and be looking at a play and say, what time is practice? Okay, that's what our huddle app's for. Message me through it. This is reserved for specific questions about the play you're looking at. All right, we all understand that. Good. So you come back. You have those two icons there. Come back here, and this is how you study your play in your playbook. And I'm going to hit my playbook icon in the bottom left corner, and then I can go and look at all these other things by formation, by motions. And so I'm X out of that. I'm back at my offensive playbook. I'm going to hit the P up top, take me to my dashboard. Okay. All three playbooks will look like that. I don't know if we'll get defense in much this year, but we will definitely be using this for offense and special teams. When we load our special teams playbook, you can see they are sorted by Delta, which is our punt, Raider, which is our kickoff team, Ranger, which is our kickoff return team, and SEAL team, which is our PAT squad. So that's how the play diagrams work, just like offense. But I want to show you this game plan, because we're going to be using that come July. These are installs or game plans, meaning when we want to put in a new play, we can have a game plan here. And like our Delta team, which is our fourth down or our punt team, we're going to take a look at that one. So you can see that shows up under my game plans. I'm going to click Delta and punt. Now this game plan has 6, 7 items there. It seems like a lot, but it's not really. And you work through these in order. So we'll start with the first one and we hit view. So that opens up the first thing I want you to know about our Delta team. So it's a diagram with a formation, a picture of it we have there, some notes up in the corner. You can read those. Now if you look at your icons on the gray bar, here, if you click that box, it's notes and description, and you can read through that to get an understanding of what you need to know about this. If you go back to that YouTube video icon, I have made videos, and then you hit play, and that will explain the play. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the video talking. And so it's just like me doing a chalk talk, standing up there at a whiteboard or a video screen and walking you through the play. And so we'll cover all positions. These won't be specific to you, but we will cover every position, so everybody will watch it and know what they're supposed to be doing once you know what position you have. Coming back up here to your gray bar, this would be any special attachments or the paper icon. It'll show you pictures or a document that has information you need, and then of course the question mark if you need to ask a question about it to the coach. So we're done with this first part of the game plan. We hit next up in the top right, and that takes you to your next phase. And so now we're going to learn about Wolf Right that we use in Delta. Okay, this game plan is all about our Delta unit. Again, don't worry about the specifics of Delta. This is just an example of how a game plan will work. So we'll learn the formation. There's a video at the bottom. There's the information. There would be a picture of Wolf Right and the Ask a Question feature. So once you get done with that, you hit Next. And now we learn what Sierra means. And all that is a motion. Again, a diagram with a video that goes along with it. We hit Next. Now we know what we find out what Kilo means. And there's a diagram and a video that explains the diagram. We hit Next to go through another play that we would run out of this called Foxtrot Tango. There's your diagram, and then there is your video that explains the diagram. Foxtrot Romeo, a diagram and a video. And there's information that goes along with it. That's how you navigate that. And then next is Foxtrot Lima, which is another play. Again, don't worry about what these things mean yet, guys. We're not training you on pump. I'm training you on the Just Play website. So you're done. You can't go any further anymore. There's no next button. So you go back to the game plan. And if you didn't understand anything, you don't have to go through the whole thing. Let's say, okay, I didn't understand Foxtrot Romeo or Foxtrot Tango, so I'm going to go straight to Foxtrot Tango. Now what I do have on this one, if you hit the paper icon, there is you hit the little magnifying glass, and these are your assignments. And so you would open this up in a new window, and you can zoom in on it and read what your specific, the description of your specific assignment. So this would say the wolf player has an out route at the sticks for the first down, and you can read through all those. Okay, don't be overwhelmed by this. It makes a lot of sense, guys. Obviously we need to get you assigned in all your positions ahead of time, and we'll take care of that. I'm not going to open this up right now because my screen, since I'm recording it, I can't get back to the playbook, so I'm going to go back to play details. Once you're done with that and you understand everything that you need to, you go back to your dashboard. Okay, and I don't think your installs or your game plan show up as completed. You can see I've got another one for Ranger or kickoff return. You can go through that. So anytime something pops up on your dashboard, you need to look at it. It's there specifically for you. So again, the check mark shows our quizzes. The video icon shows our film room. And then those three icons on the left bottom show our different playbooks. These are our offense, and you can also get to game plans through there. Scouts we'll put in later in the season when we scout our opponents, and then terms if you need to brush up on your vocabulary. So here's our defensive playbook and our special teams playbook. Now you can go in. You don't have to wait for the install. If you guys want to go in and say, well, I'm going to see what this Ranger kickoff return looks like, it'll pull up return right, and there's the diagram with some play details. And there may or may not be videos with it yet. It takes a long time for me and the coaches to put those together. But you can go in and read and try to get an understanding ahead of time. Then when we put it in on the field, it should make a lot more sense to you guys. So I hope this helps a lot with navigating this. It's a great system. First time we've ever had anything. Not a whole lot of schools probably have this. It's a tremendous advantage to us as a team and to you as an individual. Football is a complicated sport. We joke with each other and are silly about being dumb and things like that. And you guys all know that's not true. Football is the most complicated sport to play, and you guys are smart guys. You wouldn't make it, you wouldn't be here if you weren't. You can do it, you just got to put in some time. Okay, the more time you put in away from practice, studying your plays, knowing your assignments, knowing what you're supposed to do, where to line up, and your job for each play, the better you're going to be on the field, and that's going to mean more playing time for you and a better team that we're going to have on the field on Friday. So